Hi everyone! In this video, we'll be looking at a very interesting lens from TTArtisan. It's the 100mm F2.8 2x macro tilt shift lens. I know that this kind of lens might look a little bit intimidating, but I also have to admit this is the first time I used a tilt shift lens, so I will try to demonstrate from a beginner's point of view and explain how each function works and how they perform. And hopefully at the end of the video you will have some basic understanding of this special lens and maybe you want to give it a try. This is a full-frame manual lens and I have already mounted it on my Sony a7 IV. This lens has tilting and shifting capabilities on two axes. There are 4 knobs to control or lock the tilt and shift functions. Additionally, there is a small red button on the side that, when pressed and held, allows you to rotate the lens. This allows you to adjust the tilt or shift from up and down to left and right, or vice versa. The tilt function refers to tilting the plane of focus. In traditional lenses, the plane of focus is always parallel to the camera sensor, resulting in a sharp focus on objects at a specific distance from the camera. But with a tilt lens, you can change the orientation of the lens relative to the sensor, so that you can tilt the plane of focus either vertically or horizontally. You can use this effect for selective focus, like in this photo. Even though these people are on the same plane of focus, only this part is in focus. This can create a unique and artistic effect to draw attention to your chosen subject. A tilt lens can also increase the apparent depth of field in some parts of the image while reducing it in others. When you are standing on a higher ground taking photos of things below, this will create a toy-like effect to the image. This kind of effect is not something you can achieve with just an ordinary lens with a large aperture. Taking videos with a tilt lens is fun too, but it is definitely recommended to use a tripod even when your camera has in-body stabilization, because at 100mm, the handheld footages are hard to watch. The shift function, on the other hand, proves to be valuable in architectural and landscape photography. Normally, when you want to take a panorama landscape shot, or if you want to take a photo of a very tall building, there will be distortion at the edges because you will have to tilt your camera at an angle. But a shift lens helps correct perspective distortion. So when you are capturing tall buildings, you can avoid the typical convergence of lines. However, the shift effect is more obvious when you are using a wide-angle shift lens. So this 100mm lens will not make such a striking difference. This lens is also a macro lens that allows for 2x magnification. Let's look at some test shots first. When taking this kind of super close-up shots, I would recommend using an external light because most of the time you won't be shooting wide open and there won't be enough light. As you can see at f2.8, only a part of the surface is in focus. At high magnification, it is very challenging to get much of your subject in focus, so using a smaller aperture will be easier to operate. I think from f5.6 and above, it's pretty sharp and easy to focus. You can even see the fiber and ink texture on this box. The bokeh shape is smooth and creamy, and the color rendition is pleasing to the eye, although it might lack a little bit of contrast. I love how versatile this lens is. It's not only a tilt-shift macro lens, but you can also use it as a telephoto portrait lens. So think of it this way. You are paying about $400 for 4 functions in one single lens. But I do have a few complaints about the ergonomics of the lens, because sometimes it is difficult to adjust the tilt and shift knobs. And also because on my A7 IV, there's only little room left between the camera grip and the lens, so it is kind of hard to reach the knob right here. But in terms of image quality, overall I'm very impressed. And you cannot find a lot of 2x macro lenses at this price point on the market. While this lens is undoubtedly a powerful tool for creative photography, it does require a learning curve to fully grasp the tilt and shift functionality and make the most of its potential. But once you get the hang of it, the results are truly rewarding. I hope you find this review helpful. Leave a comment to let me know whether you have tried any tilt, shift, or macro lenses like this. And if not, would you give it a try? Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.